Well, hello there and welcome back to the HullCityFanCentral YouTube channel, where today we'll be breaking down how Hull City have managed to have the best transfer window of any club seen in this January. Yes, Hull City, they've signed fantastic players, they've done fantastic business out, so let's break down all of the deals and break down how Hull City have managed to do it. Let's first go through some of the loaned out players from the Tigers. Timothy Lotutala has joined Doncaster Rovers on loan until the end of the season. Andy Smith has joined former Tiger Curtis Davis over at Cheltenham Town for the rest of the season. Gökhan Sinek has returned back to Turkey at Hatayspor for the rest of the season. Harry Vaughan has secured a very important loan move out to Bristol Rovers. Ryan Woods has gone to Exeter City for his second loaned out of this season. And Jason Lakilo is at FC Vielza. We currently have 13 players out on loan, and that's just including players that have been listed down as sort of first team members. It's fantastic that. You may think, why do we need 13 players out on loan? There's a variety of different reasons. Some of the young players like Andy Smith and Harry Vaughan, along with Lotutala, they all need game time, which they can't get currently in the first team due to the amount of the immense players that we brought in. So going out to teams in the League One, in the League Two range is a fantastic bonus for them, getting themselves game time week in, week out, to then return to the club next season and possibly have themselves a mainstay in the starting 11 or certainly on the bench. You're looking at the likes of Gökhan Sinek and Jason Lakilo, who you may be expecting them to have featured a little bit more into the Hull City squad, especially the case of Lakilo, who has actually played quite a number of games for the Tigers so far, but those will both be players that will be getting their game time up, getting enough minutes out on loan, and also in the case of Sinek, as of today, has played 3 minutes and got an assist already. So it's really about them getting the game time, getting the game value up so that they can increase their value come the end of the season, where we manage to sell them on or use them in a capacity if Liam Rosenior so fits. That's it for the loaned out. Let's talk about the players who have departed Hull City. Aliar Saibnesh has left the Tigers, gone to Westerlo on a permanent deal, bringing us £2 million plus in fees, which is fantastic to say that he was valued at £1 million when we bought him from Fenerbahce. Ruben Vinagre is one of 2 players who have had their loans terminated whilst at the Tigers. This was due to him having so many injuries, so many complications that the club have cut ties. He went back to Sporting, which then they've loaned him back out over to Italy. The other man that's been recalled is now Bristol City man Scott Twine. Was recalled via Burnley to go over to Bristol City, where he was promised to be played more into his number 10 role. Since got himself injured, so may have dodged a little bit of a bullet there, but Scott Twine is no longer a Tiger. Now let's talk about the big guns. Who have Hull City brought in and how have they managed to do it? We'll start off with the goalkeeping department in Ivor Panda. Panda has penned a permanent deal for the Tigers, coming over from Fortuna Sittard. A fantastic deal that this is, due to the fact that our goalkeeping situation is sorted out for years to come, with Ivor Panda being a young goalkeeper and an experienced goalkeeper at that, performing quite a lot for Fortuna Sittard over the most recent seasons. Along with Panda, we've also brought in Ryan Giles on loan from Luton Town. This is another fantastic deal that has helped solidify a spot of the pitch down. The goalkeeping spot was a bit of worry, so was the left back spot, but Ryan Giles sorts that out. Maybe look at Matty Jacobs and say, oh, he's now a backup player, but let's not forget that he has only just gained his first few minutes for the Tigers in 2024. Ryan Giles, an experienced left back at this level, 12 assists last season from Middlesbrough at left back, helping them boost themselves up to the playoffs. So hopefully he can do the same for us. One of the biggest transfers of the window, not only for Hull City, but in world football, Fabio Carvalho joining Hull City on a loan deal till the end of the season from Liverpool. Yes, the man who's played in the Champions League, played in Community Shield finals, scored in Community Shield finals, and also played a number of minutes in the Premier League. This is a player that is certainly going to go down as one of the best deals and also one of the best players that Hull City have had in some time. He's already gained some minutes for the Tigers, already contributed with a goal, that 1-0 win over Sunderland at the Stadium of Light in our last match, and it was all down to Fabio Carvalho. Abdush Umar has joined the Tigers on a permanent deal for 3 seasons, which will be a big one, considering the fact that Fabio Carvalho will return to Liverpool and most likely that's where he will stay or or return to a loan move out to a club in a higher level than Hull City. Abdushamir seems to be his replacement coming into next season. The penned contract, though, has come in now, and a deal proposed around 2.2 million with a few millions worth of add-ons. It is a fantastic deal for the man who is only 24 years old, got caps for Turkey, and has played a number of games for Trabzonspor, one of the highest sides in Turkish's first division. This is a fantastic deal, not only for the club, not only for the player, but also for the ideas around the club. Really standpoints us in our place as where we want to take the club in the future. This one is a big deal, a big one for Adrian, a big one for Tan, and a big one from Liam Rosenia. Talking about big deals, why not bring in a championship experienced striker who's got the most goals in the league on a free transfer? Yes, Billy Sharp joined us before the window opened, and his contract was penned on the 1st of January to join us for the remainder of this season on a free transfer, and it's a fantastic deal, isn't it? Championship experienced striker who's got the most goals in the league. It's a fantastic deal. Why not get him in here to help experience a lot of our young strikers? And it's a fantastic deal. As I've said with all of these deals, I don't think that Hull City have put a foot wrong in the transfer market this season. And one final signing to go over, and that is Noro Hayo. Yes, a loaned-in striker, but it's a striker with a lot to prove at that. Comes to the club in a similar format that Liam Delap did at the start of the season. He's come off the good ranks of Manchester United and Manchester City's academies. Since then, his career's derailed a little bit, gone over to the Belgium First Division, where in a number of appearances only managed to grab himself 6 goals. That will hopefully turn around in the second half of the season at the Tigers, where he joins us on a loan deal with an option to buy at the end of the season. So hopefully we can turn him into some powerhouse, some force to wreck the championship, and then convert that loan deal into a permanent one and have him down as a certified Tiger. So let's talk about how Hull City have managed to grab all of these key signings and also balance it with offloading a few players that will not play, will not get the minutes, will just cover up space on the books from the Tigers. And that is all down to the fantastic backroom staff. Ever since the takeover of Adrian Ilajali, something different felt about the club. Something different felt about this one family, one dream. Something different felt about Hull City. We've gone through years of terror with the Alams. These moments right now, this transfer window was for all of the fans that stuck through. It was all for all of the fans that stuck through the Alam era, saw us sign crap signings like Malik Wilkes and Martinson and all these crap signings that we saw through the Alam era. The deadline day when we sold Bowen and Grzyski. This deadline day here was the counteract of that. This was there for the fans that was there on that deadline day, then followed it up with that home trip against Brentford the day after where it was all in depression. These are for all of those fans. So, how's it done? Liam Rosenia, a player who used to play in some of the top teams in England, also played for Hull City, FA Cup finalist, Premier League footballer with Hull City. Let's not dwell on that. He's got incredible links with a lot of youth setups around the Premier League and also the higher leagues. He speaks highly of other managers and also does a fantastic job of trying not to create any enemies other than the FA. And this is fantastic because if you don't have any enemies, people are likely to loan players to you. And it's not just because he's a nice guy, which he is. It's also because what he has done with other youth players. You look at the players that we brought in at the start of the season, Liam Delap and Tyler Morton being the two key houses there. Also Jaden Philogene. 3 players who were a little bit like looking for a good sort of few minutes in the championship. Nothing too special. Hopefully they can spare the career on a bit further. Yeah, their careers have gone from here to here. All 3 of them have been introduced into the England under-21s. All 3 of them have contributed in some form in front of the goal. It's a fantastic aspect of the club that has been developed so much. The youth development has been developed so much through Liam Rosenia's current reign. Also, the backing of the owner, Adrian Ilajali and Tan Kesler, 2 fantastic figureheads of the club, 2 fantastic fantastic players, fantastic men who have done loads behind the scenes. They've been key parts of every transfer. They've been picking up players, also with Adrian Ilajali's networking and all of his connections have managed us to get some of the top talents in Turkey, some of the top talents in world football as well. You look at Abdul Shamir, he's one that I reckon will have been an Adrian Ilajali magic powerhouse signing. And the fantastic deal is that a lot of them have come in for nice wages and nice values. You look at a lot of players that have come in. Okay, it's a loan deal. Yes, that's good for the books. It's a good player for the rest of the season. But then even some of the permanent signings, we've not splashed out on anyone. We've not splashed out onto these big signings. Not splashed out onto these players that theoretically shouldn't be playing in the Championship. We haven't splashed out. We've done the right amount of spending. And all these people talk about financial fair play. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'll buy all the McVitties in the world to keep this club buying these players. So we can only look forward to Millwall at home tomorrow, which seems to be the start of yet another era under Adrian Ilajali. We're still one family, one dream. That family has just got a bit bigger and a little bit better. Make sure you like and subscribe as well. I'll have my prediction video out tomorrow. Also follow me over on Twitter to get a live up to date on everything Hull City. And up the Tigers!